Ooh, I think this is on. What do you think the guys are gonna say when we're taking over the show, or a little bit, anyways?
I think we're gonna be good. We'll be better.
I think so too. Yeah, that's fine. That's some music.
Hey. Another Sunday. Welcome. Moose and Squirrel show with some unexpected special guests.
Did you know about this?
I was not told.
All right.
I thought you were driving the bus, and you just threw me under it.
Yeah, apparently we got thrown under the bus this morning.
It was supposed to be the TNA episode, and now...
I don't... Can we still do TNA?
Yeah. Timeless and awesome.
All right, I guess we're doing Timeless and Awesome today.
Timeless and awesome... What do we call it? Crushes?
Yeah. All right.
People we love, celebrities, rock stars, people we grew up on,
Okay.
and
We could do
people that we look at and go, hubba hubba.
Hubba, hubba, hubba.
All right.
All right, here we are. So we got
Welcome, ladies.
the ladies here. We got Karina Hulkin, my wife, and we got
Renata Daly.
Renata. Yep, there we go, Renata Daly. And we're going to do the same show that we were going to do, but I guess apparently we're going to have a little bit of tit for tat, so to speak. So
Some additions.
So we are still going to do exactly what we said we were going to do. Me and John are going to talk about our biggest crushes, our biggest celebrity crushes, and the ladies are going to talk about their biggest celebrity crushes as well.
Yes.
So are you ladies ready? I almost said, are you guys ready?
You guys ready?
Are you ladies ready?
We're ready.
We'll get canceled for calling them
All right,
guys.
so, yeah. Hold on, I got to put my glasses on so I can...
While you
actually-
do that, I'm going to tell you
Yeah.
a funny thing.
I like stories.
The other day, I heard one of those radio commercials about men's health clinic, whatever the hell you call it. You know, where if you can't get an erection or your testosterone's very low, you call them and you go there and they do the blah, blah, blah. And the tagline at the end, it said, over 90% of men reported having sex the very next day. And I thought to myself, that is awesome. I am so glad they all found each other.
And you were probably like, where do I sign up for that?
Yeah! It was fun. All right.
All right, so we're gonna jump right into things here.
Bus driver.
Bus driver. I'm driving the bus as always. So we each picked a handful of the ladies and the gentlemen that were our crushes growing up, going as far back as you want. So I expect to see John probably have Cheryl Teague and Betty White on his list.
Betty White.
Betty White, yep,
Oh.
Yeah.
She was gorgeous when she was younger.
no
Yeah.
doubt.
Oh, yeah. And she had one of the best quotes ever. She said, "Why do you call a male that's inferior, why do you call them a pussy? Because those take a pounding.
But it actually didn't come from that. It came from Pussycat, by the way. That's
Yeah.
why.
All right.
See, it came from Pussycat. So
Yeah,
it
we
was
all
It
evolved.
was a great quote. It was funny, but it was kind of not factual. But that's okay.
All right. Well,
We work with non-factual
we had to throw
here.
out a Betty White.
Yes, we had to throw out some Betty White. Absolutely.
Not that we want to throw out Betty White.
Nope,
we
definitely
want to
not.
keep her around as
Nope,
long as possible.
So now here's the question: who lives longer, Keith Richards or Betty White?
Oh, it's a trick question because they're both eternal.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. No. If the human race dies out, it'll take the two of them to bring it back.
Yes.
Yeah, and they'll mate with cockroaches, and there'll be a whole series of creatures that we have never even thought of before.
Very true. All right. So we're gonna start here. I'm gonna start with you, Mr. Squirrel.
Oh!
So we got your first pick here.
Oh.
Diane Lane. So
Look at that.
I know absolutely nothing. I know the name and I know the face. I couldn't tell you one thing that she's ever done. Definitely a beautiful woman, though.
Yeah, all right. I want to say 1983, the Francis Ford Coppola film, The Outsiders.
Mm-hmm.
She played Cherry Valance.
Okay.
Bob the head Soch. It was the Soches versus the Greases? Was it the Greases versus the Soches?
Yep.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while since I've
1983.
seen it. Yep.
Oof. And man, I just absolutely fell in love with her. She was beautiful, talented, gorgeous, talented,
Was she beautiful?
and talented.
And talented.
I watched this. She was 16, I was 10.
That was your first crush.
First real crush.
Your first celebrity crush.
First
anyways.
celebrity crush.
The first girl that you knew you could never have.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure that you've had her. She just wasn't there.
Yep. That's what it comes down to. I can't say anything more. She's just absolutely stunning. And yeah.
Ladies, any comments? Diane
And
Lane.
she's beautiful.
Absolutely
Gorgeous.
beautiful. But I
Under
don't
the
know anything.
Tuscan sun. See that
Oh,
one?
say it
Yeah,
again.
okay, I saw the movie. Again, I didn't know that she was in
Yeah,
it. She's one of
that's
those.
her.
I know who she is. I know the name. I know the face, but I couldn't tell you. And I've seen The Outsiders. I've seen Under the Tuscan Sun. I just.
That was when Stella
No
got her
idea.
groove back, but based in Italy.
Yes.
All right, so here we go. So we're gonna move on here to the first guy, Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones.
Yes, sir.
Karina, this was one of your picks. So,
Absolutely.
All right.
now you asked me specifically to put up the Indiana Jones pick. In
Yeah.
fact, you said Indiana Jones,
Yes.
but I put up Harrison. So is it Indiana Jones or is it Han Solo? I mean, who is it that made you put him on the list?
Indiana Jones, for sure.
Indiana Jones. So
For sure.
is it Indiana Jones, the original Indiana Jones, or is it like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull Indiana Jones, or is it just Indiana Jones?
Let's get
I'll
down.
take him any way I can have him.
Was it the hat or the whip? Tell me the truth.
Probably a little bit of both.
A little bit of both, but also because he was an archaeologist, so I thought I wanted to become an archaeologist when I was little. So.
And that's no surprise. Women are good at being archaeologists because they're always good at digging shit up.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a
Finding
fact.
good shit
Yeah.
too. So
I'll give you that one. Can't deny with that one there. So Harrison Ford, what do you think?
Oh, gorgeous.
Makes the list, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
He makes the list.
he's one of my favorite actors. Obviously, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, The Fugitive. Loved him in The Fugitive.
Oh, yeah.
Patriot.
Absolutely.
the
Fugitive.
Patriot.
Yep.
Patriot
Patriot
Games.
Games.
Yeah, he's excellent.
I wouldn't want to fly with him, and I'm not talking Air Force One. I'm talking his private
Well,
planes.
What's that?
He goes to private airports and lands like he. Did you ever see the video of him flying his plane over? No clearance to land. He flies like 100 feet over a taxiing aircraft and
well,
almost hit it.
that's true though.
So-
He says fly yes, land no.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what he says in Indiana Jones. So it's all.
Yeah,
it's
the
all
original
out there.
Indiana Jones when he's got the snake in the plane when he's leaving at the very beginning.
No, it's
I'm
that.
sorry. It
It
was
was
right.
that.
It was the third one.
Yeah.
Okay.
He goes, "You know how to fly this thing?" He's like, "Fly, yes. Land,
No.
no."
No.
Oh well, I guess
There you go.
art imitates life.
So-
I saw that at the Raiders of the Lost Ark in the theater.
Really?
I fell asleep at the end.
So, by the way, Brendan, I think we actually nailed it before I saw your comment. If Betty White is not mentioned in the show, then the whole thing is a sham. We got you right off the bat, Betty White.
Brandon, that's where we got you. Number
Yep.
one fan.
Yep, no
Love
doubt.
you, pal.
All right, so Harrison Ford. All right, where we're going on, Renata, here's your first pick.
Ooh.
Kurt Russell, or as I like to call him, Patrick
Yes.
Swayze Light.
Patrick Swayze Light.
Just so cute.
And the first I ever saw of him was Escape from New York, Snake
Same.
Plissken.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too.
Love that
yes.
movie.
Great movie.
It was such a B movie at the time, but it was always on TV 38, WSBK, Boston.
Every time it was on, you had to watch
Yeah,
it.
and it was one of those things where it was like Jaws to me when I was a kid. If it was on, didn't matter where I came into the movie, I watched it, and I
Yep.
loved it. But
Yep.
he's one of those guys, he's been in a ton of movies,
So
and I've
many.
seen a ton of his movies, but never really, he wasn't like one of my favorite actors, but I've seen a ton of his movies.
He played Elvis in the Elvis movie in the 70s.
Really?
And he did a fucking bang
Great
up
job.
job. Yeah, he was really good.
Well, he could do the comedy, he could do the drama. He's
Yeah.
really, really very
Speaking of-
talented. Tombstone.
That,
Yep.
Oh,
Tombstone, yep.
just what I was
absolutely.
going to say. Wide Earp.
Excellent.
He was
Overboard.
incredible.
What wasn't
Oh,
he
boy.
in? What
Yeah,
was that
one of my
movie there? The Quentin
favorites.
Tarantino movie that he was in.
Ooh.
Just recently.
Oh, recently?
Hollywood story.
No. It was the Western one there, where he smashes the Martin guitar. I wanted to bring up when he broke the Martin guitar. He smashed a vintage Martin guitar. They were supposed to take the Martin guitar away from the woman as she was playing it, and they didn't cut the scene. And he grabbed a one-of-a-kind, priceless Martin guitar and he smashes it in the movie.
I want him dead.
Really?
Yeah, and the Martin Museum had loaned them the guitar
No.
for the movie, and he knew that it was supposed to be swapped out, but he was just so into the scene, completely forgot. He grabbed the guitar away from the woman, and he smashes it into a million pieces. And the Martin Guitar Factory said they will never loan a guitar out for a movie ever again. And
Oh my
Kurt
God.
Russell was the one that smashed it.
Before we get away from him, fun fact Walt Disney, when he was dying in 1966, I think it was, I don't know, Kurt Russell was a child actor. I don't know what he had to do with Disney or Disney Productions or anything, but Walt Disney's last words were Kurt Russell. And he wrote it on a piece of paper, and he said Kurt Russell, and nobody to this day knows what the fuck he was talking about. Hey,
No idea.
No clue. None. All right.
Google it.
All right, here we go. We're going to my first pick. Sofia Vergara. Oh yeah. By the way, you're going to see a recurring theme with my picks. I have 3 Latinas and 3 redheads. So there's not going to be many variations when it comes to my picks. I got 3
You
Latinas.
can get neither,
You like
so
what
I
you-
settled for a blonde sweet.
There you go.
You like what you like?
First time I ever saw Sofia Vergara was in a Pepsi commercial.
Ooh.
She did a Pepsi commercial. She was on the beach, and that was the first time I saw her. And then the next time that I ever saw her was on Modern Family with Al Bundy.
Ed O'Neill.
Ed O'Neill, Al Bundy.
That's a choice of my new
Absolutely.
generation.
And I just absolutely fell in love with her. Hips, lips, everything about her. The accent, just Sofia Vergara.
She's a gorgeous girl.
No doubt. And
Absolutely.
whenever you got your scale of 1 to 10, she's like her and my, I think it's my 3rd pick on here. I like the 2 that everybody gets graded against. She's like that top of the list.
She is Master of Puppets.
Yes, no doubt about it.
Gorgeous.
All right, here we go. John,
I like it.
Natalie Portman.
Oh boy.
All right, so the only thing that I know her from was she was in Star Wars, right? The
I like
trilogy of Star Wars.
Going back to Harrison Ford, I like the first 3 Star Wars. Saw them in the theater.
Yep, excellent movies.
Yeah. Saw Empire Strikes Back at the Wellington Drive-In.
Fell asleep.
How'd I like it? Fell asleep.
Yeah.
I didn't see any of the bullshit things that she was in there. She's just one of those female actresses that is just absolutely stunning in photos, in movies, in whatever. If she's in a movie, I'm not really paying attention to what she says. I'm just in awe.
In awe of her.
V for Vendetta.
Yes.
Okay.
Holy
I was gonna say that.
Never seen it.
Black Swan.
You've never seen.
Never seen it.
I fell asleep at the end.
No, you did not.
No, I love
That's
Natalie
one of the
Portman.
best
And
movies.
she quit. She quit movies for a while to attend Harvard and become a smart person,
Nice.
or
Attempt to.
hone her skills as a smart person.
Yes.
I don't know. That's all I know about Natalie Portman, aside
Yeah,
from the fact that she's beautiful.
I was scanning through pictures and I was just like, I have no idea, so I picked this one.
That's a good
Oh,
picture.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's correct.
Karina helped me pick this one because I was just going through and I'm like, I don't know.
I'll take
You tell
that
me.
one.
Gorgeous.
A funny. There was a web show called hosted by Zach Galifianakis.
Yep.
And he had her as a guest. It was called Between Two Ferns. Just an interview show, much like this one, only more popular. And she's a guest, and he said, so you shaved your head for V for Vendetta? She says, yes, I did. And he goes, did you also shave your V for vagina?
And the answer to that was?
I was on the floor laughing. I didn't stick around to see the answer. I
Right.
wanted to say no, and I wanted a picture of taking off the mic clip and walking away, but I don't know. Oh!
All right, next up, Patrick Swayze.
My first celebrity crush, I think.
Patrick
By actor.
So is it Roadhouse? Roadhouse.
Well, Dirty Dancing was
Dirty
the one
Dancing, okay,
I
alright.
saw first, actually. But Roadhouse was good.
Roadhouse and Ghost. And by the
Yeah.
way,
I saw him first in The Outsiders.
he was
Oh,
in The
that's
Outsiders,
right.
absolutely.
I almost
So
forgot
my
about that.
rule about seeing movies is it's either got to be funny or somebody's got to die a miserable death. And yes, I've seen Ghost, but people die in Ghost when the guy gets the window crashing down on him. So it gives me an out for actually having seen Ghost. But
There
was
you
a
go.
great movie with him and Demi Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red Dawn.
He was in
Oh,
Red Dawn
Red
as well.
Dawn.
Another great movie. By the way,
Love-
the remake of Red Dawn is hot trash. I tried watching it like 4 times. I can't get like 20 minutes into the movie. Before
I don't
give
I don't
up.
do remakes. I won't. I will
And then
absolutely not.
Red Dawn. No, Youngblood.
Youngblood. Yeah. Oh, he's in
Yeah.
Youngblood too.
Yeah.
The,
Oh,
the
yeah.
hockey movie. That was a great movie. He
Yeah.
was in that. Absolutely.
Point Break.
Yep.
Point Break, yeah.
Yep. Definitely. He was in Point Break.
Yeah.
Another Bodie.
Yes.
Yep. Great movie. Absolutely. Patrick Swayze. No
That's
doubt.
a
Rebel.
good-looking
Yeah.
dude right there. That the world lost him. Sadly,
I know.
Looked soon.
the art world, whatever, movie world.
Yeah, lost that,
Yeah.
that mullet.
That was a tragic.
I think
loss.
mullets went out with him too.
We just no, it didn't. We just
saw
Oh, they-
we just saw a mullet guy.
The mullets are coming back, but I think mullets went out with Patrick Swayze. I mean, obviously, you had Kurt Russell had a mullet. You know, a lot of these guys had mullets, but who's had a mullet since Patrick Swayze?
The guy in
The guy
Derek
down the
my
street.
shop.
Guy at Circle K.
And when he did the on SNL when he did the Chippendales with Chris
Yes.
Farley, that is the mullet. That was
that's awesome.
fucking
Yep,
hysterical.
rocking the mullet.
Good stuff.
All right, Christian Bale.
Oh, that was my. Oh no, that was.
Oh, well, might have been.
You can
yours.
have it be your pick too.
Whatever. Look at him. He's just.
Terminator Salvation, I know him from American Psycho.
Yeah.
He was in American Psycho as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
I know he's in a whole bunch of movies, but those are the two
Oh,
that I
my
probably
goodness.
know him the
Rain of
most from.
Fire was the first
Yep.
time I saw him.
Yep, he's in Rain of Fire, absolutely.
The
A
fighter.
fighter.
I'd never
When
saw
he
it.
played Dickie Eklund, holy
I never saw
shit.
it.
He never saw the fighter.
Nobody dies a bloody, miserable death. I told you that's my rule for seeing movies.
Man.
Got to be a bloody, miserable death, or it's got to be funny. The fighter was neither. I don't see it.
Oh.
It's just that's my rule.
Too
Everyone
bad.
survived and everyone had a great time.
Oh, that's why I don't like it. I don't. I'm not a happy ending kind of guy, unless I'm at the Chinese massage parlor.
He's a crazy method actor. He gets into he gets into it much like Daniel Day-Lewis or something like that. But what you said about the movie that he was on, there's a story.
About Terminator Salvation.
Yes.
And he was doing one of his lines, and some coffee runner moved while he was doing the line. And if you go on to YouTube, you can find it. He berates this kid for like 5 minutes and just completely shits all over the kid.
That's a shame.
And in the beginning, it was like funny when he first started doing it, but
Yeah.
then he just went on, and it was like 5 minutes of him just completely destroying this kid.
See,
and you
pretty on the
feel
outside,
bad. Yep.
ugly on the inside.
That was he was. I think he was still doing the method acting from American Psycho. He hadn't let that go before that role.
That's too bad. Now I don't like him as much.
Yep. No
So
doubt.
you're bailing
Just
on
the
Christian.
face.
You're bailing
I'm
on Christian.
bailing on
Bail,
bail.
you gonna
yeah.
bail on bail? Here we go. Now we get some TNA. Bianca Beauchamp. Woo! Doggy. Yeah. So I was working at Sylvania, and my buddy Paul Biocchi sent me this very picture right here, and I was like, who is that? Now, she's got one huge strike against her. She's French-Canadian.
Just like
So,
you.
yeah, we don't talk about that. That's the nationality that shall not be spoken. But she is,
Oui.
she natural redhead, absolutely stunning. Just, oh.
She looks it. I've never seen her before, but boy.
Yeah,
woo.
she's a fetish model. So unless you're into that kind of stuff, I would have never have seen it because I certainly would never look at anything like that.
I want to know.
course not.
No, whatever site, that fetish site you're looking on, I want you to like write it down and send it to me, just so I never
Yeah.
ever.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. No
I
doubt.
don't want to stumble across it accidentally because there's children
I
watching.
totally understand.
I
but
just
yeah.
want to make sure I never see it.
Bianca
All right.
Beauchamp. Yeah,
Okay.
just oof, my goodness. All right, Johnny, you're up. Cindy Crawford.
All right. Well, at our age, there was supermodels that came up, and they became celebrities.
Yep.
And speaking of Pepsi, this was the choice of my new generation. She was everywhere. Her most famous photos taken by Herb Ritz.
What that is.
There was a famous photographer. There was nudes. There was swimsuits. There was this, that, and the other thing. But then she crossed over from doing Revlon commercials with her voice overdubbed.
Yes.
Flex, Revlon Flex, and her hair was flopping around in the late '80s, and she became the face of the supermodel in the late '80s, early '90s. That whole boom that took off, and then ended up hosting House of Style on MTV, and I don't know. And Pepsi commercial.
And I'm not surprised that she was on your list. This is the exact type of girl that never made my list. It was always the most popular ones were the ones that I was just like.
See, but I said Revlon. Nobody cared about her until I saw the Revlon
so it's
commercial.
All about you.
It's
all about you.
all about me.
Once you got on the Revlon commercial, then everybody cared about.
She wasn't
Cindy Crawford.
popular before that, and then
It's all about. She owes
it
it
was
to you.
my love for her that made her popular.
It's
That's
all about
what
you.
it is.
And
yeah.
I live in my own world, and I fall asleep at the end.
Apparently so.
Yep.
All right.
So that's all we got to say about her.
Yes. All
Pepsi.
right.
Holy.
Sean Connery. Here we go. Get another one of Karina's.
Yes.
All right.
Sean Connery.
He can talk to me all day, every day and night.
So were you a James Bond Sean Connery, the
No.
younger Sean
No.
Connery? No, didn't like him at all.
No.
No. So you like when he gets up into The
Mature.
Rock and the
Yeah.
and the older
Oh, yeah.
movies.
Oh, yeah.
Great actor. Love the brogue. I wish if I could have talked like him, if I had that Scottish brogue, I would have went to Montreal
And
and introduced myself to.
And if I
Bianca
was a
Beauchamp.
redhead, we would be unstoppable.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I really like him as an actor. The voice is just the voice, and
Sexy.
the older he got, somehow the more I noticed him.
Oh, that happens
Sure.
with men,
Yes.
sadly, and
They
it
get
and it
better with
decreases with
age.
women. Like John Forsythe.
Careful.
Oh, what did I say? No,
John
I'm
Forsythe.
kidding. Remember John Forsythe?
Yeah.
Salt and pepper hair, chiseled jaw.
He's
He
not on
didn't
the
look.
list, is he?
He didn't look like that when he.
you're getting com- you're
He's
getting
he's
comments
going
that
on
I'm
it.
not getting.
He didn't look like that when he was in his 20s.
No.
I'll tell you that. Holy crap!
Yeah, men do get better with age.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm not getting the comments on my screen here, so I'm grabbing Karina's phone here. So here we go. I'm going to hit a couple comments before we moved on. John
That's all.
Krupacalis, Sofia Vergara, Modern Family. Yep, we mentioned that with Al Bundy. Al Bundy on Modern Family. That was the guy's name, right? Al Bundy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ed O'Bundy.
Faye Grant in Internal Affairs with Andy Garcia and Richard Gere. Who is Faye Grant?
I saw that, but I fell asleep at the end.
I know
You
the
fell asleep at the
name.
end of every movie.
Yes.
Andy Garcia.
Brendan, I'm going to have to look it up because I don't know who Faye Grant is.
Loving Andy Garcia.
Oh, love him.
Rebecca Latundra, Keanu Reeves. I think you're going to be happy here in a minute. I think we're going to hit a Keanu Reeves. Kurt Russell as Snake Plissken. Brendan, first crush, Jacqueline Smith.
Oh, love
She was
Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, absolutely. Charlie's
Oh,
Angels,
Kate
no
Jackson,
doubt.
hell yeah. Now you're speaking my language. English. Because I understood those words. Farrah
Yeah,
Fawcett.
Farrah.
That goes back to the
Bob Krause, Farrah Fawcett.
that goes back to the popularity. I never cared for Farrah Fawcett because everyone
And that was me. I
had
was
a
just
Farrah
like,
Fawcett.
nope.
But I mean, you can't deny she was gorgeous.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Bob Krause was one that's at Farrah Fawcett. John Berry, Gina Gershon.
She's
I know the name. Why do I know Gina Gershon?
Showgirls
Showgirls. Okay. Yep. Absolutely.
with Elizabeth Berkley.
Yep.
Fell asleep at the end of that too.
John Karubacalis, Claudia Schiffer in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
Another
that
one
goes
that
back
I know,
to
another one I know the name of, but I couldn't tell you who
goes
she
back
was.
to the supermodels.
Tall, skinny, blonde chick,
It
right?
was
Yep.
Yeah,
Cindy
that's-
Crawford,
German,
Naomi
so-
Campbell, Christy Turlington, and Claudia Schiffer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Elle McPherson.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay, so Brendan B. and Connery, the only Bond. I agree with you 100%. Sean
Yep.
Connery was the best Bond. Second best was Roger Moore. After that, I didn't like any of the movies, and I don't care who played him after that.
Everyone else
I
can
know, I'm with
shit
you
on it.
on that.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so here we go. So James Brolin.
You're up.
Now, James, he was in, he's got
just keep
his, I don't know
sighing.
that he got his start, but the first thing that I knew him from, he was in Amityville Horror with James
Yes.
Brolin. And then he's in No Country for Old Men.
Yep.
He's the cowboy in No Country for Old Men. I know a few of his movies. Definitely a handsome gentleman.
Yes, very handsome.
I know this many of his movies.
I
You've
only
never
know a
seen
couple
No Country
myself.
for Old Men?
Did you see that?
You have never seen No Country for Old Men?
Yeah, but I fell asleep at the end.
Oh,
Well, you don't need to fall
jeez.
asleep at the end because the end sucks. It's
So
the
to
rest
me,
of the
it
movie
was
that's good.
No Country.
No Country?
I never got to see the old man.
No, you never got to. I'm sure you've
No.
seen Old Men.
You just get
That's why you
that.
hang around the shower at the YMCA.
Just John Forsythe. Tell him about James Brolin.
He's
What do
Oh,
you-
and that's
gorgeous.
Brendan Behan. He was in The Goonies. James Brolin was in The Goonies.
Another movie I hated.
Oh.
Yeah, I never saw it.
I don't think I ever saw the Goonies.
Yeah, he was one of the young kids in The Goonies.
Oh,
Yep, that's
okay.
one of the
Oh
first
my
movies he was in.
God.
Yeah,
Yep.
James Brolin was in it.
Who's the
Handsome
Brolin
eyes.
that was married to Streisand?
No idea.
No idea.
John Brolin, Bill Brolin.
Is married to.
No idea.
Whatever.
All right, here we go. Moving on. Oh, Nicole Board.
Up.
I know nothing about her. I know nothing about her.
Everything that you need to know about her, you can see on the screen right now. She is an Instagram model. I have
Wait.
no idea who she is. I don't think she's an actress. She is just an Instagram model.
Wide angle
And-
lens here.
Yeah,
Let me
and
look
she
over.
is just absolutely.
Oh, all right.
Got it?
Now I got it.
Absolutely, fantastically, another Latina, just absolutely lips, boobs, bum. That's it.
The bum.
Nothing else to
Look
say.
at
That's
the
it.
bum.
No-
Jeez.
nothing else to say.
Lips, boobs, and bum.
Nice.
Yep,
I guess-
Nicole Boredom. Nothing else to say. It's just
All right.
Instagram model.
Hey, I like her bum.
I knew a kid named Renee Border when I was in school, but he didn't look like that.
Maybe he does now.
Yes.
The bum was Sean Connery.
Oh,
Maybe
who
that's
was
him.
that? In that Catherine Zeta-Jones. Yes, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
she's
But by the way, I found out years later, I used to be in love with Catherine Zeta-Jones, but I found out that during that scene,
It wasn't her bum.
it was not her bum. It was somebody else, so it completely ruined it. And she was married to Michael Douglas, who was
Bummer.
like, old guys marrying young chicks.
How's that happen? Like Ed O'Neill and Sofia Vergara?
Yeah, exactly. How does that
I
happen?
find that completely implausible.
I
Yeah.
would agree.
And
I agree.
or an old chick marrying a young guy, or a young guy marrying an old chick.
Absolutely stupid.
I don't
Yep.
believe it.
Can't imagine what that would ever happen.
If that was a movie, I'd fall asleep at the end.
Yeah, you
well, I'm going to
usually
try
do.
not to fall asleep at the end.
Good job. Good job.
All right, here we go.
Sorry.
You need sunglasses for that comment.
Johnny, you're up.
Here's your lovin'.
There you go. Andy Lovin.
Oh,
By the way, another one that I knew absolutely nothing about.
All
When
right.
you said it, I found her with boobs, and I said, this is one's going up. Boobs.
yeah. I see. Yeah, you get the boobs.
Real quick. Correction, you had Josh Brolin. James Brolin is the dad who's married to Streisand. Yes.
Yes.
Brendan. So that's my screw up. James Brolin.
My screw up.
James Brolin.
James
Is
Brolin.
married to Barbara.
Okay,
No.
James Brolin was in Amityville Horror. Josh Brolin is the guy that we had. Is this guy here that I said
Yeah.
is James?
But
It's
you
actually
accidentally
Josh.
put. So she's
yes.
talking about
James.
Streisand's husband.
All right, so I got the wrong guy on here then.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's because I gave you the
No,
wrong name.
you
right?
No,
said-
you said James,
you
and
said
I thought that was my mistake because I knew Josh Brolin, and it was my complete fuck up.
Okay.
So
Well,
because
whatever.
James Brolin
He's
was
gorgeous,
in
too.
Amityville Horror, Josh Brolin. So Brendan, you are correct. You
Thank you.
Brendan, you want a job? We can bring you in so we don't fuck this up again.
That was
All
a
right.
good
Nicole Boredom.
edit.
Yep, good catch.
Very
All right,
Good catch.
loving you.
On to boobies.
Oh. Loving you. All right, Candy Loving. My God. I'm sure people my age can attest to this.
I don't know who she is.
Well, you find your dad's Playboy behind the radiator in the bathroom. And I saw her when I was, 8, 9, something like that. And, man, look at her face. When I was,
Wait, hold on. She's got a face.
Oh, yes.
Man, there it is.
If you look at the cleavage, it's just north of there.
Hey, all right, I see it now.
But, man, that was the moment I knew I wasn't gay. When I was 8 years old, I said, man, look, she's striking.
I'm still
gorgeous.
waiting for that moment that I know that you're not gay.
Well, all right, we'll talk about that after the show. But anyway, man, all I can say about her is her face. Thank you, Hugh Hefner, for bringing her to the world.
Oh, beautiful. Absolutely.
Absolutely stunning.
No doubt.
All right.
Right, here we go.
That's all we're going to say about that.
David, I don't even know how to pronounce his last name.
Boreani Nabazadzeba.
Yeah, that guy. And
Fell
it's
asleep
one
at
of
the
those
end.
guys, I knew the face. I have no idea what he's ever been in.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
either. Karina.
I saw him when I first came to the States in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Okay?
Ah.
That's
my,
when we first.
my dad, so that's probably where I know him from because my dad God rest his soul, was and I'm going to out him right now. He loved Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He used to watch
Yep.
it all the time. So that's probably where I recognize him from, was that movie.
Not
But
wrong.
then
TV
now
show.
but now he's doing SEAL Team.
Okay, yep. All right, so I've definitely seen him on that.
So I really like him in that, but he's been a constant in my life.
Was Buffy Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Yes.
Is that,
Yes.
Okay, all
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a
And
cutie.
they end up
Sarge.
being a spin-off from
Good
there
one.
for another one, end up being Angel. I didn't watch that one, but
Brendan says he was in the show Bones. Yes.
Yes,
Yep, absolutely.
Bones,
He
yep.
was in Bones as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
And this is another guy that I didn't
My
know.
cowboy.
Anson Mount.
Oh.
I was like, Anson Mount, that sounds like a car part.
Hell on Wheels.
Yeah.
It
Okay,
does sound
now,
like
so-
something.
Tell them all about
I
tell
was
'em all about
I
it.
was a big, that was on AMC, and I was a big Walking Dead, and they always had the commercials for this, and I'm like, Cowboys? Yeah, John's the cowboy guy, not me.
Oh my God.
Saddle up.
On that
love
mountain
Cowboy.
with the broken back. Yeah, no, I this was one of those shows that the commercials for it were endless, but I was so into Walking Dead, when the commercials come on was when I got a beer and took a leak. So
We felt the same way watching Hell on Wheels about the Walking Dead commercials. We were
Right.
like,
Yeah.
piss off,
Total opposite.
piss off with your Walking Dead.
I went
See, I'm-
zombies, man.
I went Cowboys.
Well,
Cowboys,
I'm
yep.
a girl that grew up with cowboy, like the Rifleman and
Yep.
all
Chuck
those-
Connors.
Chuck Connors.
Chuck Connors, one of
I
my
mean, I
dad's
loved
favorites.
westerns, when I was a kid, and
Yep.
him, Anson. Oh, handsome Anson. I just love him.
He played
He's
Colin
so manly.
Colin Bohannon. They were building the premise of the show. They were building the railroad,
railroad,
in the
yep.
in the mid 1800s, and all the goal was to meet in Utah and lay the golden spike, and chaos ensues and death and
Awesome.
destruction.
You
and,
would like it because there's a
If
lot
there's
of
a lot
death.
of death, it might
oh
be
my
my
God.
kind of show.
A lot
Oh,
of death
plenty
and
of death.
destruction.
Plenty
Catch
of
it
death.
sometime.
Plenty of
Yeah, more redheads. All right, so Katie Seagal definitely makes my list, and I think I had mentioned this earlier. When I talked about everybody, with all my friends were huge Kelly Bundy, and I was just like, nah. I felt like the weird one, and I never said anything because everyone's like, oh, I love watching Married with Children. Oh, Kelly Bundy. And
piss
I'm like,
off with your Kelly Bundy.
I'm like, what about Peg? What about her mom? Again, redhead, spandex, high heels, just absolutely. And I say I'm a Katie Seagal fan. She's definitely an attractive woman. I mean, she was in Sons of Anarchy, obviously, as well. But just the big red hair, I was just like, I was sold. It's like redhead's like my kryptonite. I got to keep my checkbook and my credit cards away from him because
She sang background on Gene Simmons' solo album.
really.
Yeah, when Kiss released 4 solo albums.
Yep.
That's episode 9. But Kiss. But that photo that we have right there up with her, there was a backstage thing. I think it was like Entertainment Tonight years ago when we were 17, 18, and
Yep.
we loved Katie Seagal. All of the hair behind the front is combed back, is brushed back and hairsprayed.
Yep.
That front bangs is a clip-on.
Oh, that's terrible.
Isn't that fun?
That's terrible.
No,
No,
it worked.
Yep, absolutely.
She worked.
Brendan Bean, a little trivia. Chuck Connors actually played for the Boston Celtics.
Yes, he
And
did.
he was the first guy to ever break a backboard in the NBA.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember
Pre-Shaquille
that.
O'Neal. Yeah, I knew
Yeah.
that he played basketball. I didn't know that he played for the Celtics.
Yes,
So
he
that's,
did.
It's a nice little bit of trivia there from Brendan.
Was that in the 50s? he know
45 to 46 was
Okay.
when he broke the backboard. So he played for him in the 40s.
Okay.
Might have still played for him in the 50s, but Brendan says he broke a
remember my
backboard
dad
in
mentioning
45,
that.
46.
Then he broke the back on the mountain playing rifleman.
I think that was Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger, I forgot
Oh, you
about
forgot to
him.
throw him on your list.
Oh, what? John Karubacalis, Yvonne DiCarlo, the Munsters. Yeah, she
That's a good one.
absolutely would make the list, but Mistress of the Dark, Elvira, and she's a redhead, by the way.
Cassandra Peterson.
Cassandra Peterson. Oh, she's absolutely. She should have made my list. If
yeah.
I had thought about it, I would have put her on my list.
Yep.
But Yvonne DiCarlo, absolutely.
You nailed
Gorgeous.
it.
Yep.
Yvonne DiCarlo. Honorable mention,
Yep.
Yvonne DiCarlo and Cassandra Peterson.
Yes, but when I say Katie Seagal, it really should say Peg Bundy because she's definitely an attractive woman. Would not make my list as whatever her name was on Sons of Anarchy. Wouldn't make the list, but Peg Bundy makes the list.
Oh, she made my list. I watched a couple episodes of that show because she was watching it, and yeah, she's MILF all around.
Yes.
There's
Yep.
no other word for it. She
Sexy.
just carries it.
All right, cut you right off because
There
you
you go.
hit one of your favorites, Valerie Bertinelli. And
Hi, Valerie.
She's
I love
most
you.
famous for being Eddie Van Halen's wife.
Yes, and
And,
I remember when they
All in the Family, was that the show she was on?
no,
No,
it
not
was,
All in the Family.
One Day at a Time.
Yes, no, All in the Family.
Yeah, she played Barbara on One
Sorry.
Day at a Time with John Phillips' daughter, Mackenzie Phillips, and what's her face, the mother, Bonnie Peterson. Everyone's Peterson if I can't think of your name, or Karuba Callis. Holy shit, Valerie Bertinelli. I remember standing in the aisle of like Heartland in Malden when I was a kid with my dad, and you know, they have the People magazines and all that shit, and they had Eddie Van Halen and Valerie Bertinelli. They got hitched. They looked identical, and they had the same hair.
They probably used the same amount of hairspray too.
Yeah, and I was like, man, they look like relatives. Well, of course, now they're hitched, they are relatives, but I loved her as Barbara in One Day at a Time. That's how I knew her. I know she was in a couple of shitty shows in the late 70s that probably lasted 6 episodes
Yep.
on ABC in like 1979, but my God, yeah, she was hot
Absolutely
stuff.
gorgeous. All right,
And she's still killing it today, doing her cooking stuff on the Food Network, and
yep.
man,
Still gorgeous.
Love
she's,
her.
She's
Absolutely
early
love
60s, still beautiful.
much love to Valerie Bertinelli.
Brendan threw one out. Tina Louise. Ginger from Gilligan's
yeah.
Island. Another redhead.
Goodness.
Absolutely makes the list.
That's one of those questions that comes up every now and again. Were you a ginger guy or a Marianne guy?
And
It's
the
like
only correct answer is
Both.
yes.
Cheers to
Absolutely.
that.
Yep, I will take A or B. A
Fun.
and B. A, B, B, A,
Ginger
and Marianne.
G and M, both together. Both of them.
All right. Jason Momoa.
The-
We got another one on Karina's list. Now, it's funny because I think that, it's ironic that you put this on here because, when you met me, I didn't have long hair, and you always tell me that if I grew it back that you probably wouldn't have talked to me, and you put Jason Momoa on the list.
This is one of those ones that I think if we walked around, man, on the street and had an interview with every female that we walked by and said, "Who do you think? Who's your fit?" They'd all go, "Jason Momoa, Jason Momoa,
Yeah,
Jason Momoa."
This
It's-
guy right now is...
I saw him first in Game of Thrones, and he didn't have the same kind of poofy hair then.
No.
He was a lot more scarier.
And he was obviously Aquaman.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know him from, and I haven't seen Aquaman, but I know he was in the movie.
Yeah.
He was in something we
And
watched.
he
Like a
loves thrash.
trader.
Yeah, he's a big thrash metal guy. I
Furs,
absolutely.
furs,
Yeah,
trade,
Slayer,
yeah.
Megadeth, Metallica. He plays guitar.
Maybe
John, did you
somebody
know
I
that?
know.
That Jason Momoa is a big thrash metal guy? Big Slayer fan.
He looks like it.
He looks like he could play guitar for
The
Megadeth.
tattoo on his left arm kind of gives that away. He
Yes,
looks.
yep.
He resembles Kerry King.
Yeah, he's a huge metalhead. Love
Yeah.
it. Absolutely makes him a good guy on my list if he's
And
a thrash metal
speaking of good guy, everything I've ever read when his name comes up somewhere, they all say he is one of the most genuine,
Down to
gentle, down to earth, fun people to be around and to work with, and I've never heard anybody say a bad word about this
Unlike
dude.
Christian Bale.
Unlike
no
Christian
one's ever
Bale.
said, and that's the same thing. You see him in interviews. He's always a laid back, mellow,
Yeah.
very much easily approachable kind of guy.
Was he in some
beautiful.
recent commercials where he's making fun of himself? Oh, during the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Making
The
fun of
arms-
himself, his
the
arms
arms
shrink, and
Yeah.
That's fun. That's good. Good for him.
So Brendan says his wife says Ryan Reynolds is the hottest.
Nope.
That's a cute dude.
He's cute.
He's cute, but doesn't do anything for me.
Me neither.
Nope.
Me
He's
either.
not a manly man.
No,
Like,
no. I need some meat.
Yeah.
I need to be a little.
Holy
I know
hell.
what you're
Right?
saying.
Oh, that's
So
great.
somebody earlier said Keanu
Oh,
Reeves. Keanu Reeves. So I was when I was digging out the picture, I'm like, Bill and Ted Keanu or John Wick Keanu?
Yeah.
So I'm like, so I kind of tried to go a little bit in the middle here with not the Bill and Ted. 'cause
I'm
I
glad you didn't.
I figured it wasn't the Bill and Ted, and I figured it was looking at the other guys on your list. I figured it was the scruffy.
I gotta go get a beer.
Well, John's going to get beer. You got one right there.
Let's be right
Okay.
here.
Hey,
What's he
Where are you
doing?
going?
beer.
Oh,
All right. yeah,
okay.
okay.
He's going
So-
for another beer.
All right. So Keanu Reeves.
I absolutely love him.
Yeah, and he's obviously he's in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Point Break.
Point Break, yeah, now that with Patrick Swayze,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah,
That
great.
was a double whammy for me. I was just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
wow, two?
Definitely, definitely, and he's so nice. What you read about him.
And he's another one, like you talk about with Jason Momoa, is he's one of those guys that you always hear. He lives in a regular house. You know, he's not a Beverly Hills mansion guy. He lives in a regular neighborhood in a regular house. He goes to the grocery store.
Yeah.
He talks to everybody that he sees. He's not a snobby. He doesn't try and shelter himself away from everybody else. And everybody says he's just like the most down to earth guy. He volunteers his time all the time, and just like super down to earth guy. Not what you would ever expect from a Hollywood celebrity.
Yeah.
And just
A-lister.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, obviously the John Wick movies right now are huge. I saw John Wick 1. It took me a couple times to get through it because tons of violence, tons of death, but just almost too much for me. It's just like, you know, he kills like 80 people in like 3 minutes, and it's just like.
I get it.
I love the violence. I love those type of movies, but just watching John Wick, it was just almost like it was too much. It was just way too overkill on the death and the guns and everything. I thought it was a decent movie, but it took me a couple times to get through it because you just get in parts of the movie where it's just. I'm like, oh, come on, he's going to kill another 35 Russian guys, really?
True. See,
Now,
I'm just looking at him.
Now, if he was killing 35 French Canadian guys, I would probably watch the movie over and I'd just keep rewinding that part. And it just get me right in on it. Sorry, Ma.
I like him in Speed too, though, with Sandra Bullock.
Speed, yeah, yeah.
Oh, Sandra Bullock. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock.
There you go.
That brings up a, yeah.
So,
Honorable mention.
Rebecca Latendra says, yes, Keanu Reeves, definitely her guy. And she said she didn't find him hot until Speed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we're talking
Yep.
Sandra Bullock. I know that's one that you like. Sandra
I
Bullock.
agree. Sandra Bullock.
Speed was the time when I.
Honorable
Yeah.
mention.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Me too, I think, yeah.
Everything she was in, has been in, that I didn't fall asleep till the end of. Don't you agree that she's just one of those women characters like Gina Davis or Julia Roberts, who, yes, they're leading ladies, but you just like in Steel Magnolias, Julia Roberts, you could fall in.
Wait, you saw Steel Magnolias?
That's one of those movies where every woman I ever talked to about that movie was like, I fucking hated that movie. And I was like, are you kidding me? Jesus, that movie was awesome. But you could fall in love with Julia Roberts in that. You felt for Gina Davis in A League of Their Own or whatever. You go, I could fall in love with her. They're not.
Beetlejuice.
I hated that movie.
So did I.
Hated
But
it.
I love Michael Keaton.
Yep.
I love Winona Ryder. And I
Love Gina Davis.
and I love Gina Davis.
That movie
but
was
I
stupid.
fucking hated
I
it.
agree. Terrible movie.
I
But I'm just,
fell asleep
I
at
was
the
just
end.
throwing it out there because Gina Davis was in it. We were talking about her.
Well, in Steel Magnolias, you had Dolly Parton in there too.
Yeah.
And
I love-
Shirley
I love Dolly
Shirley
Parton.
So by the way, your
Love
dad's
her.
watching. So say
Oh.
something.
Hey, Papa.
Hey,
All the way from Sweden. We got
get
viewers here.
the hell out of
Andro.
town.
Hey.
Yep. So we are now an international show.
Nice.
We have our first international viewer.
And it took us.
Cheers to that.
I know, right?
That's
Here.
because of me and
Here we
Karina.
go. So
Yeah.
we bring the broads on the show and we go international. Look
We
how that
drink
works.
to you.
All right, so Keanu Reeves. We are on to Janet Garcia.
Oh.
Another one of mine. Obviously, it's on mine. We got another Latina here.
Uh-huh.
And I made sure that I put up a picture appropriate as to why I like her. She was Telemundo, Univision, one of those Spanish channels that we're on.
Well, you
She
travel
was-
a lot, so you get
Yep,
to see.
and she was a weather girl, and for probably 5 straight years, I always knew what the weather was like in Mexico City
I
because
think
of
they-
Janet Garcia.
Call them meteorologists.
She's a weather girl.
All right.
Yeah, she was a weather girl, and I loved it. Just the
It looks like there's a warm front moving down to the south.
oh yeah, there's no doubt about it.
All right.
I always knew what the weather was in Mexico City because of Janet Garcia.
There's potential moisture brewing in the.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
There's some thunder down under because of Janet Garcia.
Oh, the Jets.
I'll give you that. I have nothing to add to that.
Gorgeous.
I give you the.
Yep, just absolutely again
Oof.
another
But I
Latina
don't
on
have.
my list.
That's for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
All right, Winona Ryder.
Oh.
Another one. She was in one of the Alien movies,
Stay
wasn't
cool.
Never saw an alien
she? She the
movie.
one? No.
No, that was Sigourney Weaver.
No, not Sigourney Weaver. She was. Who was the chick
Yeah,
that was in the?
yes.
She was in Alien
Yes,
Resurrection.
She was.
I don't
no.
see Resurrect. I don't watch sequels.
It was like the third or the fourth one where she
Nah.
was
Yeah,
in
she
that.
had her
Yep.
hair buzz too.
Yep.
Didn't she?
I don't know that, but I'm pretty
remember.
sure she was in Alien
seen all
Resurrection.
the aliens,
Brendan,
too.
Brendan would know. Brendan, was she in Alien Resurrection? Somebody's got to tell me. I
Tell
think
me.
she was in one of the Alien movies. That's where I know her from.
I'm pretty
It's just
sure.
she also got caught shoplifting. I remember that.
Yep.
Yep. but that's about all I know about her.
The
And
shoplifting.
that she doesn't make my
She
list.
was in Heathers. She was in Beetlejuice.
Yeah, and Beetlejuice. Yeah.
Adam Sandler movies, comedies.
Sorry to hear that.
She's been in so many.
Edward Scissorhands.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Absolutely.
I just thought I always found her. She was the girl I could get. That's what I thought of her.
That's what you thought
I
of
was
her?
like, that's gonna
So-
be my
So
girlfriend.
you're swinging low rent.
And
right
then I
there.
stalked her, and showed up to her apartment in L.A. and she ended up shoplifting. I got arrested, and then I fell asleep at the end.
Brendan never saw Alien Resurrection, so we can't confirm that. But we're gonna
Thank
find
you,
out.
Brendan.
'Cause I think
We're gonna
I'm pretty
find
sure
out.
she was in that.
Those are like my favorite.
Love
movies.
Winona Ryder. Thank you for putting her up there.
Ah, here we
There
go.
you go.
Ah,
Oh, you
My
were
veins,
you,
please.
you were on my list.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not my list.
I made the
All right.
list. Apparently.
See?
how
So,
cute.
yeah.
We're still waiting for the royalties.
I'm
to
waiting
come
for the
in.
royalty checks for this
Yeah.
one here. It was bad enough that I got called Shrek when he was the big green ogre, and then they went one step deeper and took even more of my likeness for the movie. So,
Yep, absolutely. Even with the little Superman curl there
Yeah.
in the front when you had hair.
Anyone that knew me before I used to shave my head, I had that same little cowlick Superman
You
curl.
did?
Yes,
Oh,
oh
nice.
yeah, no doubt about it.
Hysterical.
Yep.
How cute.
It's that's
Seems
almost
smart.
criminal that I'm not getting paid for that.
Yep.
Pierce Brosnan, another double. We had that second 007 on the list. Pierce Brosnan.
That's 0014.
Yes, and he was
Yes.
also in the Thomas Crown Affair.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
him too. So I saw the Thomas Crown Affair, even though somebody didn't die in the Thomas Crown Affair. Somebody made me watch it.
I don't meddle in other
Good
people's
movie.
affairs,
Yeah.
Thomas Crown or otherwise. I mind my
he's
own
just
business.
a cutie patootie. He's just a.
Has he done like really any other like big movies other than I know he was James Bond?
Not that I know
I don't
of.
think so.
Nothing. So you
Remington Steele.
was he in that?
Friday nights at 9 p.m. on
Was that-
ABC.
Was that
Was
on,
it?
like right after Dallas?
Yeah, before.
Before.
Yeah.
Really?
Someone correct me.
I like him from the James Bond movie. That's how I.
Yep. All right. Brendan confirmed she played Annalee Call in the movie. Ding.
Alien
She was also.
Resurrection.
Yeah, she was in Alien Resurrection. Thank you, Brendan.
Thank
And
you.
she was also in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Great movie. Absolutely. Yep. Robin Williams.
A drive-by fruiting.
Yep.
Yes.
Another great
Oh.
movie.
Another great actor.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I fell asleep at the end.
Here's the last one on the list.
Ah.
Christina Hendricks.
We're at the end of the list
This
already?
is it. Yeah, we've blown right through the list.
I
What
know
time-
you
what-
love redheads.
What time is it? Yep.
Yep.
So yeah, we're about 50 minutes in. So here we go. Another redhead on the list. Christina Hendricks. She's in the TV show Mad Men. And
Oh, yeah,
So-
John Hamm.
Yep, yeah, exactly.
Hot.
And that's the only reason why I know her is because of Mad Men,
Okay,
and that's it.
gotcha.
You know, another redhead, curvy.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I got you there.
Yeah. So I had 3 redheads on my list. I had 3 Latinas on my list. It wasn't a whole lot.
I concur.
So who are we missing? Let's see, we got anybody else?
We need some honorable mentions. Throw out the comments.
Rich LeBlanc. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Rich, throw us out. We're talking about who your celebrity crush. Who was your favorite? Throw something out at us. Anybody, throw something out.
I'm trying to think.
I know.
Keira
So
Knightley.
many.
So many.
Bianca
Keira Knightley.
Del Grazada.
Della Garza?
No, Della Grazada. DALAGRATZA. John
girl-
Karubacalis. Bianca
The girl that
Della Grazada.
the girl that used to do the
no.
weather forecast
No,
on Fox
I
25.
don't think so. Is that,
She used to be married to David Wade.
Is that who you're talking about, John? John Karubacalis? He said Bianca Della
Garza.
Channel 5. Oh, yeah. So that's who he is talking about. Channel 5. Yep.
She's
Channel 5
a
weather girl.
cutie.
Yeah, I remember her. Absolutely.
Do you want to get into local
No doubt makes the
meteorologists?
list.
We can talk local meteorologists live here from Derry, New Hampshire.
Rich LeBlanc says Sandra is my favorite. Sandra who? Sandra Day?
That's
Sandra
you.
Lee? Who are you talking about? Sandra?
Bullock.
Day O'Connor?
Yeah. All right. He says Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
Gadot. I don't know
Yeah.
who she is.
Wonder Woman either.
Oh, all right. Was she Wonder Woman?
Yep.
Yeah.
The new one. The new one.
Yes. And I don't.
No idea.
She's smoking
But
hot.
Rich,
Yeah.
Sandra who?
Karen Gillan.
Yeah, Karen Gillan. We just
What's-
got that from Brendan B, and I don't know who she is.
What's a Karen Gillan?
Yeah, nobody knows. Anybody know who Karen Gillan is?
Renata, Karen Gillan?
No clue.
Anybody?
terrible with
Anything?
names anyways.
All right, time's up. No Karen Gillan.
All right. So what guys are you missing? I mean, you think of anybody else on your list before we
You
move on
remind
here?
me about Patrick Swayze.
Patrick
Thank
Swayze.
God.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was
Yeah.
like, how could I miss him?
Yep. It's just, and then we got Kurt Russell, the discount Patrick Swayze.
Yes. you can't afford to get one.
two of the best mullets through the 80s and the 90s, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Rocking the mullets.
Who are we missing? There's some
So-
Kelly and Chica Lisi. She played Nebula in the Marvel movies.
I never saw.
Don't know.
Oh, Rich LeBlanc, Sandra Bullock. That's his favorite. He
Oh
said
yeah,
Sandra Bullock is his favorite.
Yep, we talked about her. Speed, falling in love, love floats, hope dies. I don't know.
Miss Congeniality.
Fell
too.
asleep at the end.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a Heat with the comedian Melissa Manchester, Miss Melissa McCarthy.
No idea.
Good stuff. She's
You
a.
said Heath Ledger, didn't you?
Oh, Heath
Oh,
Ledger.
we gotta talk about Heath Ledger. He's
I-
dead now.
Bob Latundra, Sarah Palin. Probably the hottest politician. I would give you that, but I don't know that she'd quite make my list. But, yeah, no doubt about it. She
Yep.
Definitely hottest politician ever. Probably.
Ooh.
I would definitely have to throw her on the list.
Tina Fey.
Tina Fey.
You know what? She's just so obnoxious and annoying. I can't stand her. She's just
She's sexy.
just too obnoxious.
Sexy.
Obnoxious.
I like a funny
What
girl.
about Marilyn?
Marilyn Monroe.
Oh!
Yeah, can't believe we didn't put her on the list. Absolutely.
Marilyn Monroe.
The queen that started it all, the
Yeah.
starlet.
Yep.
Brennan B
Look
and
at that.
Catherine Bach. Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Daisy Dukes.
Yeah.
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 Marilyn, good call.
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe, no doubt about it.
Jane
Needs to be on the list.
Mansfield.
Oh,
Jane-
yeah.
Mariska Hargitay's mother.
No idea who that is.
Oh, she's Detective Benson on Law and Order SVU. Holy hubba. Yeah.
Look at Elizabeth Taylor.
Elizabeth Taylor.
Liz Taylor, yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Her
Gorgeous.
8 husbands will concur.
Yeah.
Greetings from Sweden from your dad.
Yep.
Oh,
Hey, Papa.
Hey, Papa.
That's a beautiful thing.
it is.
Who needs FaceTime when you have a podcast?
I know,
So
right?
we did have one last slide.
Oh, good.
We did have one last slide because
Oh.
we had to put our ladies in here. So, we actually had to throw
All
throw one out here. So
right.
we don't come across as total chauvinist pigs. We got to throw.
Timeless and amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. So my mom Adele, she'll rewatch the show, and she last time I made fun of her for not watching the show, and then she yelled at me for making fun of her for not watching the show.
Mwah.
So Ma, you're here, obviously. Karina, my daughter Victoria.
My mother Joan,
Your mother Joan, your 2 girls.
Shauna and Sierra.
Yeah,
look
and-
at the
and I
look at the
I
beautiful
tried
girls.
finding a picture of you, Renata, but I couldn't find anything just before the show. I literally put this up.
We're right here.
After everything else was done.
Take a
Here I am.
take a screenshot.
So
And then they went back
definitely got to
the
throw our
songs
ladies
again.
on there.
Oh, that was a nice touch. Yeah,
Oh, very
high five
nice.
for that. That was a nice touch. I love
Awesome.
that. Hey, I didn't know you were doing that. That's beautiful.
Rich, I can't read your comment on the air, but I absolutely agree with it.
Yeah.
About obnoxious chicks from Rich LeBlanc.
Oh, I thought it said Beauchamps.
Yeah, no.
Oh, all right.
No, but Bianca Beauchamp is definitely on the list. Yeah, nope. Yeah, we
What about
A young Mel Gibson I really liked. Or I don't know if it was had to do with kilts that I don't know.
Oh,
I have-
yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And what was the movie?
Braveheart.
Braveheart.
Waterworld,
No,
Braveheart.
Braveheart.
You know what? He was great in The Patriot with Heath
Oh,
Ledger.
with
yeah,
Heath
Patriot,
Ledger.
awesome
Yep.
movie, no doubt.
Yes.
Melted down his kid's little toy to
Make
put
a bullet.
put a bullet in the
Yep.
scumbag's
Yeah.
face.
Great movie.
Oh yeah, love a good murder.
If somebody doesn't die, I won't watch the movie. It's got to be funny, or you have to die.
I say
And
that.
it can't just be a death. It can't be like an old Yeller death with a dog just kind of at the end. It's got to be like a miserable. Someone's got to just. It's got to be an unpleasant death. That's how you get me to watch a movie.
I
So-
say that when I'm stuck in traffic on my 100-mile round trip commute, I say somebody better be fucking dead up
Yep.
there.
Watch Caligula.
Caligula.
Oh, Helen Mirren.
That movie was.
Oh, I
I was
l-
18 when it came out. When I saw it, it was.
I
I
remember
had no idea what I
You
was.
fall
in for.
asleep in the theater?
Oh no way, man.
When we were kids, they always talked about Caligula and said it was like softcore porn. And I
Yeah.
remember watching it. And I watched the entire movie, but I was looking for the softcore porn part of it, and I was just like,
Oh no.
Oh, go-
Oh,
So-
the murder.
Now
The
nowadays we have the internet.
yeah.
Go
So
find
now,
it.
now I watched the whole movie. I couldn't tell you 5 seconds of it because I was just waiting for porn, smut, and there was none in it. And I was just like, all right, people dressed in some pretty weird costumes, but
Maybe-
yeah, let's get to the smut.
Maybe
so
feeding
violent.
Christians to the lions were
Yeah, that's
for
just
fun was porn to them. I don't know.
Maybe that absolutely could be. No doubt about it.
Stephanie Powers, Heart to Heart with Robert Wagner.
Oh
who was on the boat with Natalie Wood, one of the most beautiful women
What
ever.
type of wood doesn't float? Natalie Wood.
This is true.
Ah, waka
She was
waka.
beautiful.
Yeah. Who else was beautiful? Besides you. Oh, Karen Carpenter.
No.
Come on.
Hey, no,
her
she wasn't
her voice
beautiful.
makes up for
No, it does not.
it. Yes, it does.
She was
doesn't.
cute.
I'd rather listen to her than look at her.
See you in the dark.
See, this isn't all
I
just
would
this
rather-
isn't all just looks. We're not very superficial people.
No.
You know what? You know what,
I
Brett?
left you speechless.
Nope. I am gonna put up a great picture of Karen Carpenter. Ready? Here it is on the screen.
Oh! Victoria Principal.
Oh yeah. Yep, she's
Dallas.
pretty.
If she doesn't have red hair,
not
She used-
unattractive, but
She
not,
used
Skinny.
to
She's
she used
skinny.
to date my other male crush, Andy Gibb.
I'm kind of surprised that Andy Gibb dated women, but okay.
Love is thicker than water.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right, what do we got here? I just saw the sex scene in Monsters Ball for the first time yesterday.
Oh, speaking of sex scenes.
Berry.
No, Halle Berry. Oh, absolutely.
Gorgeous.
Phenomenal.
Forgot about her.
Speaking of sex scenes.
Hold on. I got a couple more. Adrienne Barbeau,
Oh yeah. Oh, everyone's postered.
Christy McNichol,
Oh, I loved her.
Marissa Tomei.
Oh, Marissa.
Marissa and Christy McNichol.
Christy McNichol.
She ended up in that show with Richard Mulligan and Dinah Manoff. She played what's her face?
No idea.
She played the girl in Greece. Marty Maraschino.
Oh, Marty Maraschino.
Oh.
Grease. Yeah.
Rich actually just had a good
Dinah
good one.
Manoff.
Rich just had a good one for maybe our next show, and that's the most overrated women in Hollywood.
Ah, that'd be a good one.
It's a good one.
Yeah, but see, for me, all right. You want my entire list of overrated women in Hollywood? If she's not Latina and she's not a redhead, she immediately goes on the overrated list. So we could do a whole show just off of that. So it's everybody.
I forgot Kim Douglas from Escape to Witch Mountain when
No
we were
idea.
when we were kids.
What about Kim Basinger? Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
There's a Kim.
Yeah, the blonde and blue eyes doesn't do it for
No,
me.
and that's just doesn't do it for me either. I figured that would be one that you guys would throw. Come on, with naming girls, you guys got to name some guys.
I
This is what you're here for.
just had
I know, right?
a female, and I can't
Samantha
remember.
Fox.
Another
she was
another blonde, blue eyes
yep.
and boobs.
Yeah.
Every kid I knew when I was young
Yeah.
had a Samantha Fox poster on their wall, except
Either
for me.
My old boyfriend had one.
Either Samantha Fox or Cheryl Teagues, depending
Cheryl
on where you were
Teagues.
in your childhood. It was
Yeah.
either Samantha Fox and Cheryl Teagues.
Cheryl Teagues.
Neither.
She was hot.
Yep, skinny blondes never did it for me. That was like the whole Kelly Bundy thing. I said I was never a Christina Applegate fan.
Right.
Everybody was like, "Oh, Kelly Bundy," and I'm like, "Peg Bundy."
Want to know a fun fact about Christina Applegate?
No.
I heard an interview with her on NPR. It was very quiet, and she was talking like this. And she spoke about how she developed her Kelly Bundy character. You remember the Penelope Spheris movie, Decline of the Western Civilization Part 2?
Yep.
The metal years?
Yep.
She saw a clip with the girl being interviewed like outside Gazzari's or the Troubadour or something in L.A. And the girl said, they're like, well, what are you doing currently in the future? And it was like a dancer girl or something. She goes, I'm just going to focus on my modeling and my actressing. And Christina Applegate goes, that's Kelly Bundy right there.
Spot on.
So that, boom.
All right.
Wow.
So
Fun fact.
Lita Ford, another musician we can't forget about.
Had her poster on the wall.
Terrible musician, not an attractive chick. Hits the fucking thumbs down on that one with
Joan
the dislike
Jett.
button. You know what? Another one that I just didn't like. Too
Sexy
skinny.
as hell.
Too skinny. Not
No,
into
sexy as hell.
it. All right, Bob Krause, Farrah Fawcett, absolutely. We just talked about her.
Yep. Anal. Cancer.
Mary Lou Henner from Taxi. I would put her on the list, absolutely. And she's not even a redhead, right?
Whoever
She's
said that,
Yeah,
yeah, she is a
Henner,
redhead.
Yep.
Very cute.
Cab
Mary Lou Henner
804.
from Taxi. Who said that? John Karuba-Callis. John K.
Good
Mary Lou
friggin'
Henner,
call.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I was going to
Very
say Louis
underrated.
De Palma, but good. Mary Lou
Yeah.
Henner, absolutely. Abso-friggin-lutely. You know, she has one of those conditions. It's called some condition. She can remember every day of her life.
Really?
Yes, and it's a rare, like 1 in 6 billion people
You're
have
almost
this.
like that. Your memory is like that.
I forget tying my shoes before I came
No,
here.
yeah.
But Mary Lou Hanna has that crazy, it's not a disease.
It's an eidetic
Condition.
memory.
Yeah.
Yep, that's Criminal Minds. The goofy nerdy kid on Criminal Minds allegedly has the eidetic memory.
Who's the girl on Criminal Minds? I never know
Yes.
how to
Right.
pronounce her name. Is it Paget or Paget?
Paget Brewster.
Love her. I think she's weird looking, but gorgeous in a
I
weird
think
way.
that she's attractive, but she's
Yeah.
just way too skinny. And I'm going to completely
I
go
like the
back
blonde
on
one.
everything that I say. The blonde that plays
Yeah.
JJ,
JJ
absolutely. I don't know what her name
stunning.
is, but absolutely. And I'm not a fan of blondes, but there's just something about her that I always
like
liked
her a
on
lot.
that
Never
show.
saw
Yeah.
her because I
Yep.
fell asleep at the end.
And Rich LeBlanc, you can have Lita Ford. I don't want her. It's just a total terrible musician, terrible, not attractive. No, thank you.
That's a hot
All
take from
you.
Bo over
Wow.
here.
Yeah, no,
Whoa.
Rich wants to fight me because I said no to.
There you go.
Eidectics. Am I pronouncing that right? Eidetic. Eidectic. Is that what am I
Good,
mispronouncing
Brendan. Good
it?
call there. Yeah.
But it was what was his name on Criminal Minds? The nerdy guy there.
I don't think I've ever
You're
watched
asking me
that.
about names.
Yeah,
That's what
no,
makes
but
it so
he
hard.
was the one that was on there. He was like the super genius nerdy kid.
Yep, the young one.
Yep.
Paul Newman. I thought all about
That's a
him.
Paul
hey,
Newman, yeah.
good
Good-looking
call.
man.
Absolutely. Yep.
Very good looking man. I love his salad
In
dressing.
one of my favorite movies, Slapshot.
Yes.
Nobody dies, but it's funny. So it's in. It sneaks under the radar for being funny.
You know
That's-
what?
You
Young
get-
Elvis.
and how do you go?
Elvis, yeah.
We
That's
can't
like the
say
book.
Paul Newman without Cool Hand Luke. I
Cool
mean,
Hand
come
Luke,
on.
yeah. Oh,
Top
here we go.
10 movies
How
of all
about,
time.
How about Soul Moon Frye, Punky Brewster?
Oh my God. Yep.
Yeah, but not.
Yep.
Hold on, not while she was on Punky Brewster. I
Nope.
don't need Chris Hansen coming in the door. But if you've seen her since she's grown up, holy shit, did she grow up?
Yeah, and she had a boob reduction
Yes,
at
because
like
they were-
16 years old.
Because they were just
Yeah.
fucking. They were bigger than her. But yes, Soul Moon Frye,
And
absolutely.
the thing about that was she was 16, I was 18. So it it was okay now to go
Yeah.
back and Google photos of her pre boob
Yes.
job.
Okay.
Did I say that out loud? Would you like to have a seat?
Aren't you
All
glad
right.
Tom Cruise
Brendan
wasn't
says,
mentioned?
what about Pat Benatar?
Oh, yeah.
Sexy.
She's cute.
Number 2, fun fact. When MTV debuted, the first video was
Video killed the radio star.
yes. Number 2 video
Was
played.
Pat Benatar, but I don't
You
know
Better
the song.
Run.
You Better Run. Okay, I knew it was Pat Benatar. I just didn't know what song.
She was sexy.
Yeah.
Her and all her teeth
Nope. Definitely not.
and her
Nope.
pants.
Didn't make the list.
Well,
All right. No. I think
We
we've,
can keep going.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I
we'd
think.
be
I
here
think
all
we.
night.
Yeah,
Right.
we've lost the guys somehow.
Yes.
I don't know.
give some
I can't
guys.
believe- I know. Well, I said Elvis.
Oh, you did say Elvis.
Elvis. Yeah.
Now
Young
tell
Elvis.
us about Elvis.
Like Fat Elvis or like.
No.
No, not the
Young
not the
Elvis.
fried peanut butter and banana
Ugh.
Elvis, the young Elvis with the full head of hair,
Yes.
the gold lame suit.
See, I wasn't even for the suit.
There was a after Elvis
The
died.
hip action was pretty nice.
There was a bunch of right before Elvis died. He was performing, and let me see if I get this right. There was a bunch of like music journalists, which their word is shit anyway, right? In the crowd, and all they were doing was ripping on Elvis, being like, look at him, he's fat, he's breathless, he's high,
He was
whatever.
basically like Vince Neil is today.
Yep.
Yep.
Except Elvis never murdered anybody's drummer by being a drunk driver.
That is very true.
Razzle, love you. And Phil Spector, I know he's now dead, and he also murdered his girlfriend, Lana Rhodes, Lana somebody in his house. But at the time, he was a successful producer, and he stood up to this journalist and said, yeah, Elvis is up there doing, he doesn't have to. He has the money. He's not doing this for the money. He's doing this for you. He's doing it for them. He's doing it for himself. Fuck you. Go write about something else besides Elvis being fat. You have no life and you have no blah. Sorry if I'm getting fumed about this. Man, but that's the truth. That's what music journalists do. They shit on
They
people.
do.
Yep. Because that's what sells. All right. We have a male choice up here. Clint Eastwood.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
Dirty Harry. get off my lawn.
Yeah,
I
he's-
can
Get off my lawn.
I am definitely a get off my lawn Clint Eastwood guy. I am
Yes.
right there today.
Yep.
I will come out with
Love him.
my rifle and shoot somebody that gets on my lawn.
Absolutely,
He's
but
another one.
most of
Yeah.
his movies were
Love him.
shit,
Oh,
except
come
for
on.
except for Mystic River.
Are you serious?
No. I mean, most of the ones he directed.
Mike?
Come on now.
He can't even name one.
He fell asleep.
Gran Torino was.
Gran Torino was phenomenal.
It was. I thought it was pandering, and
I liked it.
I think he was talking about the fat guy on the stage and whoever else. What do you got?
Your girl.
Yeah, we got Alyssa Milano.
so-
We got Susan Sarandon.
Thank you. Wait, Brendan, you just reminded me of something I forgot about. We were talking about sex scenes earlier.
Oh.
White Palace with what's the guy's name? He was in.
It's one of my favorite movies, and you got me. See, I can't.
It's James Spader.
Yes.
White
He was
Palace
young. I liked
with
him.
Susan Sarandon is the hottest sex scene I've ever seen in my life.
I love that movie.
And there's no nudity. There's no.
well, there's a little.
But it's all right.
There's a
You
little.
obviously haven't seen Big Brazilian Booties 3 then.
Was Bianca both champion? But holy shit, Susan Sarandon,
if I have a
lifelong.
girl crush, should be my girl crush.
That's
Yes.
why I married you.
Love her.
All right, Bob Krause said Doris Day.
Love Doris Day.
No idea.
Oh.
I know who she is. I couldn't pick her out of a crowd.
Well, she's dead, so you got no chance
That's
to
it.
do
There
that.
you go. I could pick her out of a cemetery then probably.
She just she just died a couple of years ago, and I heard an interview with her. Terry Gross on NPR did a great interview with her like 5 years ago. Oh man,
Yeah, she was cute.
Doris Day was oh
She was.
Donna Reed.
Oh, you
No
love
idea.
Johnny.
Donna Reed show. She was
Wonderful Life.
Mary in It's
No
a
idea.
Wonderful Life.
Still don't know.
Gorgeous.
Very beautiful. Girl.
Love her. I
Right.
always said,
Travolta
besides
was-
my mother,
Pretty big.
Donna Reed's the most beautiful woman that ever lived.
And Kanicki.
Yes.
Travolta and Kanicki.
Jeff Conaway.
Jeff Conaway. Yep.
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 Which brings us back to
Cute.
Taxi.
I won't get into the story about Jeff Conaway and who's the guy that played John Travolta. You want to find a very disturbing story? Find out why they're not friends anymore. I
Well,
won't
because
mention
Jeff
it on the
Conaway's
show.
dead.
No, it
Oh.
was before he died.
Oh.
But the reason why, because they was a huge rift between the two of them, and they weren't friends. If you go on and you Google it, it's definitely not PG rated. I can't say it on here.
Why? Because
Ooh, no, he doesn't want to
Did
say
they have a
Because
threesome?
I will tell you after this is over. I will tell you what happened, but why those two guys weren't friends, and it came right from Jeff Conaway. It came right from his mouth that it happened. So it's not a third party. There's actually an interview where you can see why
About-
Jeff Conaway was no longer friends with.
did it happen on the set of Grease?
Nope, it happened after that because they were like best buddies on
Yeah.
the set of Grease.
Right.
And then Jeff Conaway went into rehab, and when he got out of rehab, John Travolta took him into his house, and it was something that happened while he was in his house. I'll tell you as soon as we go offline. I will tell you the story because it's quite disturbing as to why they don't talk anymore.
Travolta has his own plane in his driveway, and he's set up at an airport. Maybe Jeff Conaway didn't remove before flight one of the pieces
Nope, nope. Has
by
nothing to do
the
with that.
landing
I will tell
gear.
you that.
All right.
All right, last one. Deborah Messing, another one I don't know.
I know of her.
Oh, she's in.
Will and Grace.
Yep. Will and
Sexy
Grace.
girl.
Redhead.
Oh,
Fun?
she's a redhead. I'll have to check it out.
Yep.
She's
check
fun.
her out.
She's funny. Comedic
Right.
actress.
I do like Schwarzenegger too, actually.
Oh,
How can you
yeah.
not?
I do.
Yes, yes.
Maria,
Another
come
manly man.
here.
Come
I
here.
want to
That's
fondle your
okay.
boobies.
That's okay.
Rose.
All right, I think we did the show justice.
Oh, Rose from 2.5 Men. The girl, what's her face with
Never
the
watched it.
yeah,
There's no murder. There's
Maya Linsky, Maya,
Very cute.
Melinda Linsky or Melinda.
Still don't know.
Brendan will say, she was cute.
All right, well we're done.
Hey, thanks for joining
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you for joining us. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled program. We know today's football Sunday, so we want to cut this right at 1
I
o'clock.
forgot
So
about that.
go watch your football.
Go Mac.
Go do what you got to do. Go Patriots, and thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.